Right guys, so welcome to my first ever vlog. These are going to be slightly longer videos than my usual shorts, maybe not slightly, in which I'll be answering a question or a set of questions that are interesting to answer or that are frequently asked questions, FAQs. And the purpose of this series is to improve on your listening, vocabulary, grammar, and all this sort of stuff in a natural, unscripted way. So yeah, like if I play it only 100 times over in my head, that still doesn't count as scripted, does it? Well, anyway, so these are going to be consistent weekly uploads. Wait for me every Thursday and we'll talk about something interesting every time. So let's get going with today's question, which I've chosen to be something interesting, something that's been going on forever, that is still in circulation, and I think will never pipe down, like will never abate. And this question is, does my accent matter? Well, we should draw the line first between accent and pronunciation. So the difference between accent and pronunciation is that accent is an umbrella term. It involves your English, all aspects of your English, everything. What words you use, the synonyms or the vocabulary you use, the grammar you use, the idioms, everything, not just your pronunciation. It's a widespread misconception that pronunciation is the same as accent, which is not. So your question should be, does my pronunciation matter? Long story short, yes it does. Now let's break it down and walk you through why I think so. So there are certain angles, several angles from which we can look at this question. And the first, maybe most frequently considered, is business. Does my pronunciation matter in business? And yes, definitely, absolutely, because when your pronunciation is, well, close to perfect, you're more likely to be considered seriously because you're a hard-working person, you're a diligent individual, and this is what corporations want. This is what your employers are going to want. So impress them in the interview, impress them in the video introduction or the voice note you're going to send, anything, like wherever or whenever you're going to speak English, just impress them with your accent. So that's done and dusted, that's it. Another angle from which we can look at this is everyday activities, your day-to-day activities. Should your pronunciation be perfect? No, it doesn't have to, but the better you are, the more likely you'll be able to communicate effectively. So this is the purpose of language, guys. If other people can't understand you, then what's the point? Really, I mean, why are you speaking? So if your pronunciation is not good enough for other people to understand you, then yes, you should definitely work on it, because this is the purpose of language. But do you have to reach a native level? No, you don't. No, not really. Now, whether you understand other people or not is actually a bit interesting, because this is a rule of thumb I came up with, which is the better your pronunciation is, the more likely you are to understand other people, because they sound like you. Like, you're more likely to understand people who pronounce the same as you do. So if you pronounce in a certain way and other people pronounce in the same way, then you're more likely to understand them. And this is why we should learn about pronunciation, or about the different pronunciations of a word. For example, in the American accent, the British accent, and, well, of course, like they have different varieties, but just as an overgeneralization to get the point across, yes, that's like, you should learn pronunciation. You should try to pronounce well, because it's going to help you. It's going to come in handy. However, guys, I still stand by what I said earlier. You don't really have to sound perfect. You don't have to sound native-like. All you have to do is to be understandable, to be comprehensible, because this is the purpose of learning a new language, to be able to communicate in it effectively. So if other people can understand you and you can understand other people, then you should focus more on brushing up on other aspects like vocabulary, your grammar. I mean, there is another widespread misconception that native speakers don't really use grammar. Well, that's a total misconception, but I'll leave it for another video. And that's it. That's what I have to say for today. So if you're understandable enough, if you're comprehensible, then you're good to go. You're all set. And that's it, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe and share this video to as many people as you can. So until next time, cheers.